give us 5 seconds to count down.
Countdown.
Welcome to Grant Cardone's YouTube channel, sponsored by 10X Studios and GCTV.com. Real estate, finance, business, relationships, money, and more. We give $1,000 away, so make sure you subscribe now.
Hey, Grant Cardone here, and welcome to the Cardone Zone. I'm so excited today to be talking to you about your business, your finances, your economy. This is a call-in show, by the way, about finance, economics, business, your money, real estate if you want, how to scale and grow your business. Anything you want to talk about, every Friday, I'm going to come to you right here to your phone, your tablet, your computer, wherever you are. I'm going to bring you information that'll get your money right, that'll get your business scaling, and look, whatever possibility you can imagine, this year and beyond, I'm here to help you to take your questions. You can call in at 305-865-8668. We've done this show in the past, and man, it is always, the phones are jammed up. So if you're listening on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube streaming, by the way, our YouTube channel this year, if you're following me, is Grant Cardone. Great. That's awesome. Appreciate the 2.5 million subscribers. We're going to be taking a number of shows this year from YouTube and actually producing a TV network called 10X Studios on YouTube. So if you want to go to 10X Studios on YouTube, you're going to see me producing shows this year, like all entrepreneurial, business-based shows. One, in fact, will be the Cardone Zone. The Cardone Zone will sit there. We'll provide you with 52 shows this year. Number 2 show we're going to provide you is, and we're going to drop it January 1, is a real estate show, how I go around the country and buy real estate, a reality TV show, Grant Cardone Buying Real Estate, with Ryan Secco, superstar Ryan Secco, and co-star Sabrina Cardone, where I travel the country and look at real estate around the country. We did Tampa first year. We did Tampa, Las Vegas, Los Angeles. See if I can remember all the cities that I did. Johnny, help me out here.
You did Tampa, you did Miami,
Phoenix.
You did Phoenix.
Yeah, you can't just repeat what I say. That's Johnny the camera guy, by the way. I think you're Johnny the camera god now.
Yes, sir.
So we did Los Angeles, Phoenix, San Francisco. No, we didn't go to San Francisco. Shit. Johnny, look up the cities I did, man.
Gotcha.
I did Tampa, Atlanta. I did Miami.
Houston.
Austin. Okay, there's our 10 cities. Anyway, you'll be able to find that show drop January 1 on YouTube at 10X Studios. It won't be under Grant Cardone. We'll tease out pieces at Grant Cardone on my YouTube channel. And until we get the first 10,000 followers at YouTube, that's going to be a subscription model over there. So if you want to get it for free, go to YouTube right now and follow 10X Studios. That's one show. Rise and Fall of America, American Companies. This is going to be a documentary on how the mistakes companies have made. How to Get Rich in America, another documentary that will launch in March of this year, basically following all the different ways to get rich in America. We're going to be starting next week. The G&E show's coming back. You'll be able to find that at 10X Studios. Also, and that'll be once a week. My wife, once a month. We can only do it once a month because otherwise we'll kill each other. Once a month, the G&E show, we're bringing that back. And check this out, Master or Disaster. There's going to be a call show where I'm going to call retailers around the country, from dentists to chiropractors to HVAC, roofers, solar. If you want me to call your company, mystery cold call shop your company, and rate them, Master or Disaster, the sales call. I am so excited about doing this show. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. But today, the Cardone Zone will be brought to you every Friday, also sponsored at Sirius Radio. Every Saturday, the show replays on Sirius. And we talk about money, business, possibility, scaling your company, economics, finance, and you can call in at 305. Johnny, let me know when we're loaded up. 305-865-8668 if you want to be on the show.
The lines are heavy.
305-865-8668. Today's show is brought to you by Cardone University, the leading online training platform in the world for sales and marketing. Oh, by the way, today you can get Cardone University for $1 for a limited time just for following the show, okay? Cardone University, by the way. Johnny, I need the new one. Sarah needs to send you the new one. Yeah, Cardone University is going to provide you with information and training on, Johnny, if you can go to my computer now, I'm going to just show you some of the stuff that you can get there for $1, which is just ridiculous. Let me see. Johnny, she's got to send you the new update. I guess I didn't tell her. This is a $5,000 program, by the way, that we sell to companies. It's a $30,000 program. We give companies an intro offer at $5,000. It's a phenomenal offer for you for $1 to provide you with follow-up, sales genius, perfect sales process, okay? How to follow up your customers, how to take a cold call, scripts, how to make outbound calls and follow your customers up, financial mastery for you and your household. There's a tremendous offer here between now and the end of the year. And I also want to thank our partners, our sponsor at Cardone Ventures, who works only with companies that are doing $1 million a year. They're out of Scottsdale and here in Miami. And if you're doing $1 million a year in income and have the potential to 10x that or even 100x that, Cardone Ventures provides an organizational blueprint to people, technology, and to support and scale your business to the next level. In fact, last year, Cardone Ventures took a company from $3 million a year in revenue. They'll finish this year, that company will finish this year at $45 million, okay? This is the Cardone Zone you're watching, folks. We're going to be doing this show every single Friday, so make sure you follow. I want to thank our sponsors, Cardone University and Cardone Ventures, all in-house sponsors. Pretty smart of me to do that, don't you think, Johnny? All right, let's get to the news and let's get to what's going on, okay? The world is going crazy, absolutely insane. And I just want to tell you some things you should be concerned about, how it affects you and your family and your business. Again, the number's 305-865-8668, 305-865-8668. Let's get into it. The Fed. My friends at the Fed, if you've ever followed anything that I've said or done, you know I hate Jerome Powell. I think he's an extension of Anthony Fauci with his goal, and he's determined to shut the country down. In fact, said that exactly. I have to raise rates until at which time the American consumer and average households around the world feel pain. Well, sir, congratulations, you did a great job. The Fed, after raising rates 11 times, at the fastest rate ever in the history of this country, by the way, is clearly getting the sign. Nah, that's terrible, guys. Okay, that close-up's bad. That's just bad, okay? Is clearly getting the sign that there's enough pain and damage to the American middle class that it actually that it has to back off, and in fact is predicted to reduce rates going forward in 2024. In fact, in the last 2 months, the Fed is now suggesting not only will it not raise in 2024, but it will cut 6 times. And some people believe they'll have to cut 8 times. Now, currently, the 10-year Treasury, which most money is based on, right? Like if you're going to go get a long-term loan, they're going to look at 10-year money. Some people use different prime rates to measure the cost of money to you and your household or to me when I'm going to get a loan, okay? If they cut that many times, today the interest rate on a 10-year Treasury is 3.85. Meaning you'd have to lock your money up for 10 years. Let me just see what the 5-year is. 10-year Treasury on a 5-year CNBC. Johnny, you got to communicate with me on the calls.
Yes, sir.
I don't know anything because nobody's talking to me. Okay. 5-year, 3.845. The 2-year is 4.258. Okay, so 2-year is a 4.25. That's down a bunch. Now, what does that mean that it's coming down? Well, if they have to move this thing down another 6 to 8 times, that rate could go down 225 basis points, which would bring us down to a 1.6 interest rate on the 10-year Treasury. That would bring the 5-year down to approximately a 1.6. Yeah, a 1.5, okay? And you'll typically borrow money at about 2 to 3 points above that. So you could see interest rates by the end of 2024, for any of you that are thinking about buying a home, back to under 4%. Now, why is that happening? This has never happened in history, that the Fed would go up 11 times that fast, and I've been saying he was wrong to do it. He says, oh man, it's inflation. No, it was about supply chains being blocked, okay? And what's happened now is the global bond index, people buy bonds, okay? They buy bonds at, let's say, 4%. Now, as that bond drops, the rate, the value of that bond explodes, okay? When rates go down, bond values go up. That is suggesting around the world that we're going to have a hard landing. This is the best 2-month gain in the history of bonds, even stronger than back to 2008, and we know what that was. That was a long, hard, ugly, nasty recession. You can call in to 305-865-8668. I don't have to be right, by the way. I'd love for you to challenge what I'm sharing with you and tell me why I'm wrong on this. Bond markets have erased all the losses of 2023 in 7 weeks. 48 weeks, 46 weeks of losses were reversed in just 7 weeks. Now, why is this so telling? Well, Europe's in a recession, Germany's in a recession, and some suggest that the Euro recession is a very, very big mess that will affect America. China is also in a recession due to an aging population, slowing productivity. They've gone from they had GDP growth of 9 to 14% to down to less than 3% in 2023. Here at home, should you be concerned? I think you should. Demand for loans is down to recessionary levels. You're like, man, Grant, when did you get so negative? I'm not negative. There's a positive, shining, golden sun about to burst, okay? Demand for loans is down to recessionary levels, okay? The lowest levels in a recession is what banks are lending at right now. U.S. credit card debt at the highest levels of all time, $1 trillion. $1 trillion. Now, I don't know if any of you know what $1 trillion actually is. It seems to be some people are kind of confused about a million, a billion. Dude, you're too tight. It's too tight. The shot's way too tight. You got to back out, okay? So I just want to explain to everybody the difference between 1 million, 1 billion, and 1 trillion, because you guys run this around. Y'all act like it's nothing, okay? Johnny, you want to definitely clip this in the show, okay? The difference between $1 million of debt or $1 billion of debt or 1 trillion, I'm going to convert this to seconds. If this was a second, okay, 1 million seconds is 12 days. Watch this, Johnny. It's 12 days, okay? 1 billion seconds is 31 years, right? And 1 trillion seconds is 31,600 years. That is the difference between 1 million, 1 billion, and 1 trillion. If I did my math right, and I think I did. Tell Sarah to grab my pad off my other in my office. I just want to check my math on that. I was looking this up today. If I converted money to seconds, by the way, they say time is money. You're talking about unbelievable numbers. Now, what's that got to do with you and your money? U.S. credit card debt is at $1 trillion. This is households borrowing credit cards. Now, why are they doing that? Jamie Dimon over at J.P. Morgan said consumers today are operating and acting like drunken sailors. Actually, with all respect, Mr. Dimon, the American household is using credit cards because they can't pay their rent, dude. That's what's going on, okay? They can't pay for their food. They can't pay to go to the movie. You guys, your friends over there on Wall Street, Wealth Street, basically jacked up interest rates and robbed the American middle class the ability to even qualify for a home loan. Credit card delinquencies are now on the rise. Auto loans are in serious delinquency. Auctions, car auctions right here in America and also overseas are finding almost no demand. Mortgage applications. Johnny, let's see if I can show them this mortgage application. See if I can find the right one. National rent trends are down. Johnny, can you show this? Is mine hooked up?
No.
We're not hooked up. Okay, how do we get hooked up?
We just need the computer a little bit sooner.
Okay. Okay, mortgage applications are down. Refi applications are at lowest levels ever. Let me see if I did my math right. Yes, I did. 12 days, 31 years, or 31,688 years is what happened here. I thought we could do this without being connected. Okay. Mortgage applications, the refi index is worse than the mortgage applications. Okay, this is putting mortgage brokers and real estate agents out of business. Houses aren't selling. And by the way, the housing prices aren't going down. You guys keep talking about there's going to be a housing bust. There's not going to be a housing bust in this country, folks. There's a shortage of homes in this country. There's no reason for people to get rid of their homes. 70% of all the loans in America are sitting on either paid for in full, $12 trillion worth of equity sitting there just dying, or they got a 2.8% loan for 30 years. Canada could have a housing crash, but America cannot have one. Commercial real estate. Oh, by the way, rents are starting to flatten out. We own 12,000 units at Cardone Capital. Rents are starting to flatten out. All these are indicators that we have a stalled economy and probably a hard crash, not a soft landing like they're predicting. Okay. We also have $2.2 trillion worth of loans coming due between now and 2007. $540 billion. Remember those seconds. $540 billion is coming due in loans in 2024. These loans are maturing, okay? This guy took this loan out at 3%, and this loan's maturing at about 7% today. He has to go back and get a new loan, or he has to sell his asset. He will only be able to borrow about $400 billion against that if that was one person. So there'll be an eighth of $1 trillion wiped out just in 2024 on the debt side alone, and it'll wipe out the equity on those loans as well. Cardone Capital, by the way, we are very, very excited about this. Own 12,000 units over there, 13,000 investors. We expect next year, 2024, to be the biggest single year Cardone Capital's ever had. Not just buying individual properties. We just bought a deal in Tampa yesterday with all cash. We think we'll be able to buy some portfolios. Okay, so what's the good news here? Well, the S&P is up for the year. S&P 500 is up for the year until you take a closer look. If you take out Tesla, Google, Facebook, Netflix, and Amazon, Microsoft, the S&P 500 would be down for the year. Bitcoin is the great shining light of this year. Johnny, if you'd have invested $16,000 last year, beginning of the year, in Bitcoin, December 30th, you'd have paid $16,000 for one coin. It's up 156% this year. Gold's up about 12%. Everybody's raving about gold. I don't want any. Keep it for yourself. 3 major bank failures in 2023. What a great year this was, man. 2 major wars. We got Russia and Ukraine now going after it for 2 years. One day Ukraine's winning, the next day Russia's winning. Truth is everybody's losing, except for BlackRock. BlackRock's already worked out a deal to go in there and completely rehab everything. Israel and Hamas have been going at it for 90 days now, I think 88 days. 66 attacks on U.S. bases, and over Christmas, Biden authorized airstrikes into Iraq. The Eurozone is entering a recession. Ireland, Netherlands, Greece, and Germany are definitely in recession categories. And the real estate crisis in China makes what's going on in America look like a tea show. Moving into the election year, we got more division, less certainty. Just this week, they took Trump off the ballot in Colorado, took him off in Maine, put him back on in Colorado. The Democrats are going to do everything they can to keep Donald Trump in jail. What is there? 4 criminal cases going on, 91 felony counts. They do not want to run against this guy, man. They are freaking terrified of him. And I tell you, I think what they're going to do is they're going to basically keep Donald Trump in the news every day. He's a headliner, dude. He's controlling the news cycle because they keep trying to put this down. I'm going to have some great, by the way, predictions at the end of the show, one of which includes Trump. So stay tuned till the end of the show. Uncertainty is not good for you, folks. You're like, what does all this have to do with me and my family? Dude, uncertainty is terrible for everyone. For your small business, 32 million small businesses in America, 60% of which break even. So when things get uncertain, money doesn't move. Jeff Bezos recently said he recommended people to put off all big purchases. When money doesn't move, the economy stagnates. It makes it difficult for you and your family. Grant Cardone here and the Cardone Zone is here to help you get through the year and make sure 2024 is the best year you ever had. When you guys call in today, I'm going to give you a 10X planner for calling in just to be part of the show. If you subscribe to the channel and you hit me below, my team will get you two things. One, how to create wealth investing in real estate, and also the 10X day planner to make sure 2020 is the best year you ever had. Johnny, let's talk to our first caller. And if you want to call in, it's 305-865-8668.
All right, we got Ray Dan from Cali.
Ray, what's going on today, Ray?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on, player? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm in here. My name is Ray, but they call me Real.
Let's go, Real. You know, real recognize real, and game recognize game.
Oh, definitely, man. Just like real estate go together like suede and leather with real.
Let's
That's
go.
That's what I'm calling, really. Let's go. Listen, I'm invested in multi-family homes. I really want to help people. But I have to find out where I get the finance. Where do I start? How do I get the loans?
Where do you get the loans? Okay, look, debt follows the deal, okay? In fact, tomorrow, what are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I'm doing a lot, but I'll make some time.
12 p.m. tomorrow, join me at grantcardone.com/REI. grantcardone.com/REI. Real estate investing, REI. And I'm going to show you how to get debt on a deal. Like I just did a deal yesterday, closed a deal in Tampa, Florida, $54 million deal. We didn't use debt on it, but we will use debt on it, okay? This particular deal, Ray, I don't know if you can see my chalkboard right now, but you guys that are calling in on the show, we bought this real estate this real estate investment for $54 million. We paid cash for it. We could have gotten a loan easily for $30 million, okay? Now you're like, well, man, I can't borrow $30 million. Actually, you, sir, could borrow $30 million on this property because the money's not being lent to me, it's being lent to the property itself. The building, the deal, if you will, is what determines the loan. It goes like this. First the deal, back up. First the deal, then the debt, then the equity. First thing I worry about, can I get the debt? Now we didn't put a loan on this, but that doesn't mean I won't put a loan on it. I will put a loan on it. I'm going to wait until this rate breaches 4% to do that, though. So you got the deal, you got the debt, and you got the equity. These are the three parts of a real estate deal. And the equity now is going to be raised from the marketplace. I'm talking friends, family, your network, or real Ray. If you want to get real Ray, what you do is you get involved in my club, and we would actually raise the money in the club for the equity and the debt. And then 6 months from now or 9 months from now, we would go back to the debt market when the debt market is nice and friendly, and we would get a loan. But understand, Ray, you're not getting this loan. The building is getting the loan. Also, for everybody listening right now, Fannie Mae just opened up some new laws. Fannie Mae in 2024 is going to lend you money on a 4-unit deal. Let's say Ray went out and found 4 units, okay? This is a limit to 4 units. It's got to be 4 or less, okay? And let's say it was $500,000. He's in California? Did he say he was in California?
Yep.
Let's say it's $800,000 then. It's $800,000 because he's where in California are you?
Los Angeles.
He's in LA, so he found a 4-unit deal for $800,000. He could put $40,000 down, 5%, and buy that deal. $760,000 loan. This is going to be a Fannie Mae loan, and they're going to underwrite it. The only thing they're going to require you to do is you got to live in 1 unit for 12 months. Okay, you have to do that within the first 90 days of closing the deal, and you need to rent the other 3. At the end of 13 months or 12 months, you can move out and put another renter in. But tomorrow, Ray, you're going to join me at 12 p.m. at grantcardone.com/REI, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that Fannie Mae deal. If you want to do bigger deals than 4 units, I'm going to show you actually how to get the debt and the equity on that deal. Anybody else that's watching, by the way, if you want to come in and join me for that, come join me, grantcardone.com/REI. It's completely free. When you register, you automatically get this book, How to Create Wealth Investing in Real Estate, downloaded to your computer. So if you want to grab that now. Let's talk to our next caller at 305-865-8668.
All right, you got Will from West Palm Beach.
Will, how you doing in West Palm?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, man. I'm doing great.
Is this Grant?
Yeah, this is Grant. What's your question?
Oh, well, Grant, I appreciate you taking the call. I'm actually watching you online here, so it's kind of weird.
Kind of weird, isn't it?
You down there. Yeah. Well, I live in South Florida, and I have a ranch here near Wellington. We're trying to figure out what with the real estate market. I was just listening to you. You seem to be saying a lot of the things I'm thinking, but I wanted to run something by you. A lot of, I think Warren Buffett, there's a lot of online chatter talking about a big correction. We're now I have a finance degree. I remember macroeconomics, right? You have a 10-year upcycle, 10-year correction. Well, we're into a 15, maybe 18-year uptrend here. I'm wondering if it's just bulletproof. I mean, is there just so many people looking for properties that have money, that especially Florida? I have some property in Texas. It seems like California's coming to Texas. You've got, the East Coast and Midwest coming to Florida. It just seems bulletproof, and I just wanted to kind of get your opinion on that and see your thoughts on that.
You're saying real estate seems bulletproof.
It does. I mean, the economy is a different beast. I think a correction's got to be due if you look at macroeconomics, right? But again, we're in a 15-year cycle, which should be 10.
Yeah. Well, let's just look at a couple of different product types and your market. The median house in Wellington, Florida, is $787,000. So to buy a house in Wellington today, it would take 787 times 20%, $157,000 down. They're going to finance $600,000 today at a rate probably I don't know. Let me see, 725 maybe. 600,000 at. You hear that, Johnny? The interest rate, the payment before PMI is going to be $31.25 a month. You have to put $157,000 down, which I don't know who's got $157,000. People can't even pay their credit cards. Okay, you wouldn't have credit cards at highest levels ever if people had $157,000 sitting around. Now, that being said, this guy's going to make a payment of $3,100 a month for 30 years. And then you guys wonder, well, why did housing stop? It stopped because you can't afford the payment. And the same guy could go out and rent for $1,800 and get a beautiful $3 million swimming pool, a built-in social network, a community of people, men and women around him, probably in his age bracket or her age bracket, and have an easy place to live. That's why rents are going to continue to win in this country. Now, all that being said, there's probably 4 million houses short in America. There's no reason for there to be a single-family correction, Will, in Wellington, anywhere in Florida, or for that case, for the United States of America. I don't believe home prices come down in America, personally. I don't know why there would be a crash. There's no urgency or reason for people to sell their homes. Refinance applications are at the lowest levels in history. Mortgage applications are at the lowest level in history. People don't need to sell their home. There's no reason. Now, back to what you were talking about the correction. There's going to be a major correction in commercial real estate, particularly office, multifamily, industrial, and retail. Did that answer your question, Will?
I think so. So it's almost bulletproof, and I think because of Texas and the migration patterns, right, to Florida and to Texas, they just seem bulletproof. And I'm trying to think in terms of, do I sell or do I rent? And perhaps I turn this property into more bulletproof, which seems to be
somebody's
in
calling
South
him
Florida.
on the other
I'm
line.
having no trouble with rent.
Yeah. Well, look, man, this mass migration that is happening, where lefties are going to righties. The left is moving into blue is moving into red states. That's going to continue to happen. This has been the great beneficiary of red states. So you guys that aren't political like me, I don't personally, I'm not a big political person. I care about my money, okay? My finances is as personal to me as my health. I have to take care of my health. I have to take care of my finances. I'm going to live where it's better for me. I'm going to live where it's healthier for me to live. If Florida's healthier, I'm going to move to Florida. If financially or physically healthier, I'm going to move to where it's best. And you guys, Newsom, New York, California, New Jersey, Illinois, you guys keep sending people down to Florida, Texas. Houston and Austin they're going to become super cities because of the idiots in California. Arizona is going to be a beneficiary. Salt Lake City, Utah is going to be a beneficiary. Anywhere where you have family protected, businesses protected, property protected, lower taxes, Tennessee will be a beneficiary. Austin, Houston, San Antonio. I mean, they're going to be, we're going to have Atlanta, Savannah, not so much, but as much. Savannah more than Atlanta probably. The Carolinas, all the Carolinas, the Raleighs, the Durhams, the Greenvilles, all of Florida, big beneficiary. The Alabamas, particularly east of Mobile, are all going to be beneficiaries of the Chicago idiots, New York, New Jersey, Boston. Prices in Boston are so off the chart, it's unbelievable. San Francisco rents are still crazy. Multifamily, doing unbelievably well, but the office is doing poorly. But we will have a correction in 2024. Next caller.
And I had a second question for you, if you've got a moment.
Johnny.
It's more on a personal matter. I live in West Palm, wanting to take you to lunch and meet you personally, and possibly I've got a lot of other things to discuss with you, and I didn't really want to do it over this forum, but I watch your show, and I understand, it's who you know, not. So I just wanted to possibly connect with you on a personal basis.
Yeah, well, we're getting personal right now, man. It's personal right now. It's so personal. By the way, somebody's trying to call you right now hard, okay? You need to hang up and take that guy's call because he's got some personal stuff. You must be late. You must be late paying that guy some money because he's just been banging you the entire call. Let's go to our next caller. Will, I look forward to hooking up with you.
All right, we got Alexis from Virginia.
Alexis, how you doing? And that beeping's on our side or his side, Johnny?
His side.
Okay. Alexis, how you doing, Alexis?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
What's up?
I just got a question for Grant Cardone.
This is Grant Cardone.
Oh, okay, great. Hey, so my name is Alexis Sanchez. I've been following you since 2011. Have read most of your books, and I went to one of your events in Hollywood, Florida, where I met my business partner, which has been great. So I asked you a question about, I was, at that time I had 2 units, 2 single family homes. And, I asked you, how can I scale up to, for multifamily?
Yeah.
And at that time you had told me to sell, my single family home, which I was making $700 and something profit monthly. And, I was like hesitating, and I finally did. I closed on November the 30th, and then on December the 4th, I closed on a 4-plex, and I'm actually working on it, painting and doing the work myself, since a lot of contractors, some of them are not available to work because these holidays or whatever.
Because your deal is too small.
So, yes, that's one. And two, the other contractors that I tried to put in here, they was trying to charge me a arm and leg.
Yeah.
So I'm, trying to knock it out myself.
Yeah.
So the strategy here is I bought on a FHA. I closed on the property cost me $425. I did a 3.5% on it, and I closed with less than $22,000.
Oh, good for you,
Portsmouth.
man.
Yes, appreciate it. It's in Portsmouth, and I'm planning on running Airbnb.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
this
what's
market
what's the address of the property?
It's 425 South Street, Portsmouth, Virginia. It's a beautiful property. It's built in 1850 and is in a historical area zone, kind of like Class B neighborhood. But this,
Is it
where
Virginia,
I'm at,
Virginia or Arkansas?
it's Virginia.
Fort Smith, Virginia?
No, Portsmouth. So that's P-O-R.
Oh, Portsmouth.
Yeah, Portsmouth.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this is a cute little deal, man. Good for you, buddy.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so look,
Appreciate it.
here's the deal on the Airbnb. Let me just answer your question about the Airbnb.
Yeah.
It might work there. You bought it for $425,000,
Yeah, 425.
and you put $22,000 down. That's exactly what I explained to the audience about the
I
Fannie
closed
Mae.
on it.
Yeah, that's good. Good for you. And how much
Yeah.
is your payment?
It's pretty high because of the damn.
Yeah, pretty high is
interest
not a
rate.
number. What's
It's
the number?
3,500.
3,500. You're paying $3,500 for 4 units.
Yeah.
So you need $900 a month to cover your rent before property taxes. So let me ask you this. Your mortgage. You need $900 a month to cover your mortgage before taxes, maintenance, etc. Let's get back to this one. Now, how much is the rent at each unit? What are you renting it for?
Well, if I did long-term tenants, I'd probably do per unit 1,400 around this area.
Yeah, okay, and then long-term rentals, okay. So why don't you rent 3 of them for $1,400, bro, and then that brings you in $5,200 a month, and then do one of them for $800 a night. What can you get for an Airbnb nightly?
Around this zone, the competition, they're all doing
$400?
$85 to $120.
Oh, $120 a night. Okay, so you're only going to get 15 nights max a month. So that's $1,800. I don't know why I would do that. Bro, if you can get $1,400 for all of them, okay? $1,400 times 4 times 12. That's $67,200 of income for long-term rentals. You're going to have a note of about $40,000 a year. The deal makes you $27,200 a year, man. Why be greedy, bro? You put 22 grand in, you'd have 27,000 back this year if you're doing your own maintenance. Okay.
That's why I love you. It's a good advice, and
that's what I would do. That's what I would do. Now, you got property taxes, you got some maintenance items, right? You're going to be turning into, this is why I don't like the 4-unit deal, is because you're going to have to do all the work. But hey, for 27 grand a year, once you get those rents to $1,800 a month times 4 times 12, it's going to make $86,000 a year. And now you're making 40 grand a year, $3,500 a month after your mortgage. Hope that helps, man. By the way, I hope you show up tomorrow. Show up tomorrow for grantcardone.com/REI. And I'm gonna actually bring you on tomorrow to show the audience what you did on that one deal. Make sure we have Alexis's phone number, right?
Please, I will log in and actually see the example you're going to put on the show.
Beautiful.
I actually had another question, but I'll probably do it tomorrow.
No, go ahead. What's your other question? Let's do it right now.
Cool. Well, I have, out of the sale of the other property, I kept $100,000, and my intention is to buy a 12-plex. Now that'll be commercial. I ran out of all my FHAs, So the challenge here is obviously the 25% and the reserve and all this other stuff. I am trying to raise money and actually, put less of mine and manage other people's money by buying the property and offering them a return.
Yeah.
Is there any advice you will give for a young guy like myself?
Yeah. My advice for anybody out there that's going to raise money, until you know how to manage your own money and are no longer worried about managing your own money, do not start managing other people's money. Okay, managing other people's money can be a great thing. It can be the biggest nightmare of your lifetime. I'm telling you, there's a lot of syndicators out there this year. Hundreds of syndicators will fail this year because they raised money on real estate deals. They got too optimistic and they mismanaged the money and mismanaged the asset. You don't want to do that. You have to be extremely, extremely ethical and disciplined. And those are two different characteristics. Just because somebody's ethical does not mean they're disciplined. A reminder, by the way, everybody watching the show right now, appreciate you tuning in. Every Friday, Cardone Zone talks business, finance, economy. We take your calls. Today's show is brought to you by Cardone University, #1 training platform in the world for small companies. You can actually get Cardone U right now for $1. It's a $30,000 program, and between now and the end of the year, if you want to learn more about sales fundamentals, buyer psychology, how to build out the perfect sales program system for your company, for retail or online, how to convert online traffic, how to build a culture, attract great people, keep your people motivated, how to master and close deals, negotiating strategies, scripts, cold calls, handling incoming sales calls, follow-up strategies, personal finance, or you want help on wealth creation. You can get all that at Cardone University for only $1. All you got to do is go to grantcardone.com/$. grantcardone.com/$. Also, a big shout out to our sister company, Cardone Capital. I'm CEO of that company. It's a private equity fund. We've raised $1.2 billion, 13,000 investors. And despite the entire real estate space being put under pressure because of insurance, rising interest rates, a glut of loan maturities happening at the worst time they could possibly happen. We got institutions that are gating their redemptions, meaning they're stopping. The biggest institutions in the world have said no more redemptions. They've actually stopped making distributions. Syndicators have already turned back keys, but Cardone Capital was a shining star with all this damage in 2023. We sent out $60 million in distributions. We didn't make 12 payments like we promised. We made 13.
Dang.
Distributing over almost $60 million. We didn't miss 1 month in distributions. We just closed another deal yesterday with all cash. Closed another deal earlier in the year from Goldman Sachs with all cash. So if you're interested in what we're doing at Cardone Capital, every month we make a distribution to our 13,000 investors. We're open for accredited and non-accredited investors. We're doing something at Cardone Capital that has never, ever been done before. This has never been done before, where everyday investors get to own, as a partnership, a piece of institutional quality assets that cash flow, protect your capital, protect you in inflationary environments, which we're definitely in. If you're worried about the printing press, man, buy real estate and buy Bitcoin. CardoneCapital.com, if you're interested in doing that. About a third of our investors use their IRA or 401k. We figured out how to actually convert your IRA or 401k to Cardone Capital without a penalty. You can call, what's that number, 305-865, no, it's not. Just go to CardoneCapital.com. I can't keep all these numbers intact. Call Cardone Capital or go to CardoneCapital.com to get involved there. You can read the deals we're looking at. You see exactly the deal you're going to be in. You become a partner in that deal. Accredited, I think the accredited minimum is $100,000. The non-accredited is now going to $25,000 in 2024. So if you want to get in on the non-accredited, I think that between now and the end of the year, that's $5,000, and then it goes to $25,000. Also, how many callers you got, Johnny? One
got
more caller.
one more caller,
Before our
Tim.
last caller, I just want to tell you guys, 10X Growth Conference is 72% sold out. This is going to happen in April of this year. We're at the Diplomat Hotel in Miami. The guest list is off the hook, dude. Like, we currently have offers out. I can't promise you these people will be there. This is who we're trying to get to this event. Dave Chappelle, Tyler Perry, Barack Obama, The Rock, Peyton Brothers, Jamie Dimon. I talked about him earlier. Elon, Bezos, Katy Perry, Messi, Stephen Curry, Ryan Reynolds, Tiger Woods, and Michael Jordan, okay?
The greatest.
If you've never been to one of our growth conferences, folks, okay, this thing is ridiculous, off the hook. This will be the biggest, best growth conference we've ever done, ever. And it might be our last one. So if you're interested in doing that, before I go to predictions, Johnny, for the rest of the year, Johnny, let me talk to this last caller.
All right, we got Bahar from San Diego.
Bahar?
Yes, sir.
Bahar, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, Grant.
Hello.
Good, thank you. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, yeah, I'm so excited to talk to you. I'm a big fan, and I took your one of your workshops recently, and I'm working on getting a multifamily. The problem that I'm running into is that in multifamily is like very limited in San Diego, and I wanted to get your opinion about a deal.
Okay. Well, first of all, let me just say that San Diego is on the top 10 best renter by dollar markets in the country. I think they're third or fourth most expensive rents in the country, and because you just got so many advantages in that market with barriers to entry, with mountains on one side, ocean on the other, beautiful city. If your local politicians would pull their heads out of their asses and quit going along with everything Newsom does, San Diego would be one of the great investment cities in the country. Three of the highest rental markets in the United States: San Francisco, Los Angeles, and actually Oakland, San Fran, LA, and San Diego, 4 of the top 10 best rental markets in the country. Go ahead. You had a deal to look at. Tell me about the deal.
Okay, so the deal is priced at 1.1, 3 units, and I can give you the address to look at.
And how much are the rents?
So the total rent goes to, it's about $8,000.
$8,000 total income?
Yes.
Okay,
3
so
units.
you're going to have $96,000 of income a year, and your payment's going to be $1,050,000 times. You can get a Fannie Mae loan on that deal with $55,000 down. That's crazy, dude. 55 grand, and she could run $1 million property. Now the law says, the Fannie Mae law says, Bahar, that you need to live in one of those. I actually think that that's going to be very hard for them to execute on, but let me just give you the math on this. $1,050,000 times 0.075. You're going to have $78,000 of interest and principal a year, and this deal is going to cash flow at $12,000. I'm sorry, $22,000 before property taxes. So you need to calculate your property taxes, your loss to lease, what happens when you have a vacancy, and you're going to be doing, you're going to be collecting all the rents. Okay. Now, if you can collect $22,000 net, I like the deal. Why are the rents so low?
This area is, I think, developing at this point, and the predictions are that the rents are going to go up. But right now, these are the rents. They're all about $2,500 or $3,000. Yeah,
well, you're at $2,600. Okay, at $3,000 a month. What's the address on the property again?
4082 Chayman Avenue.
4082. 4082 what?
Yes. Chayman Avenue. CHAMOUNE.
Shaman Avenue.
Shaman Avenue.
Yeah,
Yes.
Shaman. Yeah. Okay, I'm looking at the deal right now. So yeah, no, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't buy. I wouldn't want to be at $400,000 a unit.
Okay.
Look,
Well, I
you only
looked
have
into LoopNet.
yeah, but hang on a second. You only have 700 square feet. The units are 700 square feet. I don't know why somebody's going to pay $3,000 for 700 square feet when I can go in San Diego right now. Let me see, San Diego rentals. So I'm going to reverse everything I just told you about. Would I do that? Okay. Now you're going to say, oh, I could do Airbnb. You guys got to get off this Airbnb thing. Okay. I'm telling you, you guys are going insane. The Airbnb thing is not going to work in most of these cities. Okay. So here's a 700 unit deal in San Diego right now with a swimming pool and views of downtown. I can rent for $2,800 a month. You want $2,600 for a 1950 700 square foot duplex. Don't do it. Run as fast as you can because your tenant is going to become a problem for you constantly. Don't do the deal. I'm telling you, leave it alone.
Run from your life.
Run for your life. Jump in the ocean. You're better off to counter the white sharks and the big surf of Sand Dog. Okay, end of the show predictions, Johnny. You ready for this?
Yes,
These
sir.
are my predictions for 2024, and they, ladies and gentlemen, are dark. We will have more bank failures, as many as 100 bank failures. We will have the biggest real estate correction, commercial real estate correction in the history of the United States. It will be of epic proportions and make 2008 look like a tea party. Institutions will fail in this correction. Also, at least 2 pension funds, major pension funds, will fail because of their exposure to commercial real estate. Hundreds of real estate syndicators will fail. Listen to me, prediction for 2024. Donald Trump will win the nomination for GOP. And, this is big, dude. I had a dream last night. There will be an attempt on Donald Trump's life.
At the inauguration.
Dude, I hope that doesn't happen. I hope I'm not right on that. Joe Biden will drop out of the race for health reasons before the end of March. Donald Trump's attempts to put him in jail will fail for the end of the year. He will become the GOP nominee. The attempt on his life, hopefully, I pray, will be a failure. Man, the world's going crazy, folks. I don't know what you're doing to make sure your world doesn't go crazy. But I'm here with you at the Cardone Zone every Friday. Make sure you hit that little notification, that button, that bell, so it goes ding dong when Grant Cardone comes into the Cardone Zone, so that you're not a ding dong next year. We get your money, your finances right. We start looking for opportunities so you can grow and scale despite the fact that we will go into contraction. You don't need to participate. Let me help you. Let me help your family. Look, this country, the economy, real estate, business, I have been blessed with good fortune for the last 35 years, and I'd like to share it with you and your family. The mistakes I've made, the successes, the discoveries, my contacts and my connections, anything I can do to help you and your family be a little more successful, a little happier, a little less concerned about the economy or your real estate or where you live or the decisions you're making with business and finance. If there's anything I can do to help you, please let me help you. Turn those notifications on. You know we love the comments. Love the comments, love the feedback, even like the haters.
And we are committing to one show a week, 2024.
One show every week, every Friday, 12 p.m. You can call in each week. And also, 10X Studios. We got a new YouTube channel popping up. We're going to produce 6 TV shows for you next year that are entrepreneurial and business-based on finance, economy, startups, unbelievable positive stories about how people have made it in America. We were looking at going to Netflix and Amazon, Apple or CNBC. Dude, it's not real. We're going to keep it right here for you. Go on YouTube to 10X Studios, maybe put a pop-up or something so we can get people to subscribe to 10X Studios, Johnny. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I'll see you next week.
Welcome to Grant Cardone's YouTube channel, sponsored by 10X Studios and GCTV.com. Real estate, finance, business, relationships, money, and more. We give $1,000 away, so make sure you subscribe now. Welcome to Grant Cardone.